Good afternoon, and I guess since this is Texas, howdy. That had all the authenticity of a South Philadelphian trying to be a Texan. My name is Cal Stein. I'm the chair of the CFC Foundation that puts on this training event every year. So it's my privilege to welcome you officially to Fort Worth and to the 2015 training. I'd like to start, and the best news, by the way, of my presentation is it will be quite short. For those of you who've heard me speak longer, you know what a blessing that is. But I do want to thank a couple of people that, actually all the people that make this happen. Most importantly, Shelley Hayes, who you just heard from, who runs the Training and Support Committee for the CFC Foundation. Her whole group, including Sharon Carlson and Lavina Kim, have really worked very, and I'm sure I'm missing quite a few, have worked very hard over the last many months to put on the training, so please let's have a little thank you for them. I also want to thank and acknowledge the board of the CFC Foundation. They include our newest board member, John Clausen, but also includes Tony DeCristofaro, Shelley Hayes, Kim Ainsworth, Linda Siegel, Christine McMahon, Vince McConey, and Marshall Strauss, who unfortunately couldn't be with us because he's trapped in an ice dam in his house in Salem, Massachusetts. So I'm sure we're missing quite a few people from up there. The CFC Foundation does three basic things every year. The first, obviously, is putting on this training conference. The second is we host a monthly national committee call with OPM. The national committee has actually got a couple of slots on it if people want to be on that call, but it's basically the first Tuesday of the month we listen to OPM and we sort of do a little campaign updates with each other, keep each other in touch on things that are evolving in CFC family. So again, that's an open group, so you know, if you'd really like to take that time to be on it, please talk to any member of the foundation board. The third and last thing has traditionally been running the CFC Today website. This is meant to be a resource for primarily the campaign itself, not so much for the donors and employees, but really much more for the PCFOs, LFCCs, to have as much content and material on there that we can give you to support the campaign. We've been doing that for a lot of years. We're undergoing a redesign of that website. It's had a lot of stuff, Christmas tree on it over the years, so we're stripping a lot of that back away, and I think we'll be done in another month or two. The last project that we're doing, which is a little bit of an extension of that, we decided to do something a little new this year, which is to do some actual ads. It occurred to us, I'll stop for a second and tell you where this came from. It occurred to us that one of the things that doesn't happen in CFC is that people hear from us when we're soliciting. When we're asking for their money, we're very active, and they hear all about it from us in the fall. What they don't then hear is what happens the rest of the year. And I would suggest that it's actually part of the missing equation. In fact, we speak, I think, too much about how much money we raise and how much it costs, and when in reality, the magic of CFC is how much money we give away. So we came up with the idea of trying to do a couple of CFC ads that we would run not in campaign season, but outside of campaign season, that would thank the federal employees for their generosity and their contributions and be much more specific about where the money is going. And so nicely enough, with OPM's help, can I hit this thing now? Oh, there we go. There are going to be 6 here. We're doing a substantial buy over the next month or so on digital media, mostly with the Federal Times papers. So this will be mixed in rotation, and you'll see all 6 of these ads in the rotation. And they're meant to mix a couple of different elements. Obviously, we want diversity in there. We want diversity in terms of charitable contributions and the output. My thanks, by the way, to Marcus, specifically at OPM, because he helped generate the numbers that are in these advertising. And it actually, if you looked at the methodology he went through, which is to break CFC distributions down by taxonomy code, it was actually a substantial project. So I don't know if you can see the small print here, but it says, thank you, federal employees, for donating more than $8 million through the CFC to feed the hungry. And then the other copy says, in just 1 year, federal employees donated a total of $209.7 million through the CFC. Learn more at www.cfctoday.org. We'll have a complete list of of where the money has been going, broken down by all sorts of things, military, veterans, homelessness, et cetera. And we did this so people could see that there is a bigger campaign here, and it's not just the amount of money in this case. It's skipping ahead, I ain't touching it. Anyway, you can see this one is $126 million for medical care and research. Same thing, medical care and research, and of course we wanted to make sure we featured veterans on these as well. So hopefully this will do some good as we remind federal employees that the CFC is not just a static event that happens in the fall. It's actually a dynamic event that goes to help our communities, to people in need, to all sorts of things year-round, and there's simply nothing like it. So there is no other purpose of these ads. We will, by the way, make these ads available as PDFs. They will be on the CFC Today website. We urge anybody to also take these ads and try to get them published in local base papers, penny savers, anything you've got that speaks to the federal community that's willing to run it as a free PSA. Again, you know, those papers make a lot of money off selling CFC ads. Let's see them put a little bit back into thanking the engine that makes that all work. So, yes?
Can you also do them as the PNG or JPEG so that people can use them in their social media?
Yeah, they're going to put them on vector files, which is a little over my pay grade, but yeah, we'll have a complete format, different formats that you can use them on, and yeah, absolutely, use them any way you want. Huh?
Social media doesn't like PDF.
Right. Yeah. No, good point. We'll make sure to do that. Tony, did you write that down? Okay. I'm just kidding. Tony's the marketing committee. Well, with that, any other questions about the ads? We're very excited about this. We think it's something that's overdue and hopefully will help. Well, with that, it is my pleasure to turn the podium over to the Director of CFC Operations. I don't suppose Keith Willingham needs any introduction to this group other than the fact that he's the newly fashionable Keith Willingham. So he's joined the trend to beardedness. So Keith, I'm sure this group is quite interested to hear what's going to be happening in the next couple of years in CFC.